Tonight. Is discrimination based on just the way you talk the last taboo in the workplace?
Like, we've got less chance of getting a job because of the way we speak.
Oh, we sound scruffy, but you like to sound more professional.
And which accents do we love to hate?
A northern town perceived by the southern people to be lazy and always on strike.
Good evening and welcome to the Tonight programme. How we speak is a fundamental part of who we are, but can how we sound provoke prejudice and discrimination and ultimately shape our destiny? Do social stigma and snobbery still exist towards particular regional accents in Britain today? Tonight, Penny Marshall reports on whether accents really do speak louder than words.
And did those feet in ancient time
walk upon England's mountains green?
And was the Holy Lamb a god?
On England's pleasant pastures seen.
And did the countenance divine shine forth upon our clouded hills?
And was Jerusalem builded here?
Among these dark satanic mills.
Bring me my bow of burning gold.
Bring me my arrows of desire.
Bring me my spear, O clouds unfold.
Come on, bring my chariot of fire.
I will not cease from mental fight.
Nor shall my sword sleep in my hand.
Till we have built Jerusalem.
In England's green and pleasant land.
That was just a glimpse of some of the voices you can hear if you travel the length and breadth of this country. For each and every one of us has an accent, and those accents reveal something about who we are and where we've come from. But they're not just a source of celebration, they can be a source of discrimination and prejudice, as our exclusive poll reveals.
We have been travelling all over the country to try and establish which accents we love and which accents we loathe. And we're also predicting how we may sound in the future as our accents evolve in a constantly changing world.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Sarah Akwisombe is putting her money where her mouth is.
That's good, excellent.
Investing in elocution lessons to improve the way she speaks and to soften her distinct London accent.
Good.
Business is booming for teacher Pauline Midwinter, who's giving Sarah her third online lesson.
I've been thinking about having elocution lessons for a while, just because I'd noticed that when I was getting a bit more relaxed, my voice was getting quite monotone and I would drop my T's and not pronounce words properly, and my family were saying that I was really mumbling. Ruth felt in tune with... And then I had a meeting with someone and they fell asleep while I was talking to them, so I thought it was probably a good time to invest a bit of money in making my speaking voice better and a bit more engaging. Well, away.
Good. Now, how about some sentences?
Very good.
Nobody comes to me and says, I'd like to speak like the Queen. They just want to be heard.
That sounds good.
That was good. Excellent.
Sarah would say call instead of call.
Yeah.
Wall instead of wall. She would say walk instead of walk.
So then, the next page is this.
Sarah's a project manager and she often presents to clients. She believes smoothing out her regional accent will improve her performance and her prospects.
I think everyone should be investing in that part of them. You know, your voice is one of the first things that people notice about you. If you go out and buy a new outfit for a job interview, spend 25 quid and have an elocution lesson and you might have a better chance of getting the job.
If they want to go on an elocution lesson, let them go. I'm quite happy the way I am.
Most of us are rightly proud of how we sound, but not all employers are happy, with many admitting that accents people have do influence their hiring and firing decisions. A 2012 poll conducted by business services firm Peninsula looked at employer reactions to domestic and foreign accents.
We do a lot of quarterly surveys looking at accent discrimination and certain employees not actually looking to recruit certain accents. In our survey we found over 80% of employees did discriminate because of regional accents, and what that actually meant is they didn't take somebody on or didn't promote someone because of their accent.
Discrimination based on accent absolutely happens all the time. And it's almost unchallenged, I think. So there are laws in place that tell us that we can't discriminate against people in employment based on their ethnicity or based on their gender, their sexuality, their age, all of these factors. But when you take that information and you encode it into an accent, suddenly it becomes okay to discriminate based on that.
In the era of the call centre, where so much business is done over the phone, our voices have become our new shop front. In our Tonight poll, nearly 15% admitted discriminating against regional accents on the phone. With only a few seconds to capture the client's attention, it's not surprising that brands think long and hard about the accents they want representing them at the end of the line.
Companies will tap into particular accents to improve their brand identity for a number of reasons. So they might look at the research that's been done, finding out about which accents are perceived as more friendly, as more trustworthy, and they might seek to locate a call centre in that particular location.
Hello, speaking to Mark at First Direct. May I take your postcode, please?
The Yorkshire accent is often perceived as being intelligent or reassuring, which helped internet banking firm First Direct decide to base their main call centre outside Leeds.
I'm fine, thank you. How are you today?
As accents go, actually the Yorkshire accent is trusted and friendly and actually probably more gentle than a lot of regional accents. So yes, it was definitely a consideration for us in locating our contact centre here all those years ago.
What do you think are the main characteristics of a Yorkshire accent?
It's so friendly, I think.
What sounds friendly about it?
It's warm and it's inviting. Yeah, it's relaxed. We don't take each other seriously as much, but it's very nice and calming.
Yes, love. Yes, love. Bye, love.
Is Yorkshire really home to a more relaxed and trustworthy breed than elsewhere? I find that hard to believe. But we've come to associate certain regional characteristics with certain regional accents, for good or bad. But where do these prejudices come from? I'm hoping these Middlesbrough youngsters will help me understand what forms our opinions by reacting to the accents of their footballing heroes.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. The defenders were away doing, defensive situations, and the strikers were away doing other bits and pieces.
John Terry. Now, where's he from?
London. South London.
He is from Barking, which is a place in the East End of London, sort of Cockney. Have you heard that expression?
Yeah, like a gangster.
OK, shall we listen? Do you think Cockneys sound like gangsters?
Yeah, they do. I do every single one of them do.
Do you? Well,
like
what do you...
No, not like every single one, but like most people. Some people.
So you make a lot of judgments from the characters you see in movies?
Yeah. Yeah. Like Plan B. Sounds like him.
Next one. Let's have a listen.
If you want me to do an interview, I'm telling you the truth.
That's Ian Holloway.
This is reality now. My job is to get some more players in here to help this group.
He sounds like a farmer.
3 days.
Sounds like a farmer. That's very interesting, Ben. Why do you say that?
I don't know, just all farmers sound like that, don't they?
You ready for the next one?
I think so. I mean,
That's London.
I should then.
That was a great game for all of us involved, and I think there's an edge to it. We're very much in the middle of our season now. We're fit and raring. We've got
sounds normal because people on most people when you see them getting interviewed on football programmes or any other programme, they're mostly from London, so it sounds normal.
Do you like that accent, that London accent?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all right.
What do you associate with London?
Posh people.
Why?
Because it just sounds posh.
What's posh about people who talk like this?
The Queen lives in London, so she talks posh.
Do you think that the way you speak affects how well you can do in getting a job and things like that?
Yeah. It does. If we we've got less chance of getting a job because of the way we speak.
Oh,
because we have.
It's harder for us to get a job, but you sound more professional.
Exactly. We don't sound intelligent if we'd miss letters off words and sentences.
It was sad to hear these boys admit to a lack of confidence about their accents. But what was it about my accent, what is known as received pronunciation, or RP for short?
We're committed to doing everything we can.
People can achieve anything in their lives.
Whoever governs after 20...
The voice of professionals, Oxbridge and government that was making the boys feel at a disadvantage.
The received in received pronunciation is the same kind of, it's used in the same way as a phrase like the received wisdom, as in correct, you know, generally thought of as right.
The ideal English they see is spoken in the South. Well, I would rather beg to differ.
So it's really good when you realise that actually even that accent, which we think of as a standard, is really inconsistent and is also changing.
Do you often get children out here photographs?
Oh, goodness, yes, they're out here at night, they're out here in the morning. You know,
At the beginning of broadcasting, we're kind of familiar with those, hello, welcome, you know, that kind of very clipped, old-fashioned sort of received pronunciation accent. Whereas now, I mean, I'm speaking with RP, and this is a much more modern version of the same accent.
I, as ITN, have come up here really to find out if it really is...
While received pronunciation is evolving, our survey reveals 2/3 of us still think of it as signifying intelligence, far ahead of any other accent we asked about.
One of the reasons that RP features at the top of the survey in terms of intelligence is because of the idea that people who speak with an RP accent are educated, are the people who are in power, the people who are in Parliament, the royal family, as we can see from the alternative name for RP, the Queen's English.
I congratulate all those who have shared in this fine project.
And the Queen herself is a fantastic case study.
But I cannot forget that I was crowned Queen of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
Linguists use her voice to track the development of RP over the years.
Now, in its second decade, the Scottish Parliament is firmly established.
There's been some really nice research about the way the Queen's accent has changed and done a lot of the things that are happening in the south of England in general to receive pronunciation, which is modernising.
I trust that with these new powers...
The RP accent may be adapting to the times, but our attitudes towards it are surprisingly old-fashioned, given it has no linguistic claims to be superior.
When we play RP to people who don't speak English, alongside lots of other different voice samples of different accents from around the UK, we'll find that they don't say that it's easier to understand or it's intrinsically better or more attractive. So the idea that RP is intrinsically better or is easier to understand has no basis in linguistic fact.
We don't understand any of them, to be quite honest. We, as being Scottish, we don't understand them very well at all.
The way we react to accents is often personal, but our survey did reveal some shared prejudices. Mistrust of the Liverpool accent was widespread, and it was voted the most unintelligent, the least trustworthy, and the most unfriendly of all the accents we surveyed.
I'm very proud of Liverpool. Liverpool's my home. It's I grew up here, and it makes me proud, the whole city.
I wanted to know if anything about Liverpool's recent history, the decline of the port, the industrial unrest, or the problems they faced over the years, could have negatively coloured outsiders' views of them.
A northern town, perceived by the southern people to be lazy and always on strike and dark and dingy and not a very nice place to be.
Our research shows that people are really distrustful about the Scouse accent, that they really don't like it. Why do you think that is?
That's probably because of the reputation that Liverpool has, and that stems, not in a small way, from the Hillsborough disaster, where Liverpool people were portrayed as grave robbers and robbing our own people while they lay dying.
The lies told about Hillsborough perhaps played into pre-existing prejudices. But it hasn't always been that way. In the 60s, the Beatles and Mersey Beat had made the city feel cool and Scousers sound cool.
The accent was the only thing, you know, it was the only difference.
And the city's experienced a renaissance in recent years that may further change attitudes towards the accent.
Do you think when people have visited Liverpool, their attitudes towards the place and the accent change?
when they've been to Liverpool for a short break or for a week's holiday, I can see they are absolutely, totally surprised by the welcome they get and the way Liverpool is now and the way Liverpool people are. Well, the way Liverpool people have always been.